So here's my storage unit. As you can see, it is completely all the way full, as much as it possibly could be. I mean, I could have, I guess, stacked all the way to the ceiling, but it's really, you know, for my liking, stacked too high as it is. So as you can see, the problem isn't just that I have a storage unit and I'm paying for storage. It's that it's completely full and there's no more room for anything. So we got to do a bulk sale here. So I just started going through the very first short box, and look what I got here already. Amazing Spider-Man 601. It was like, I just pulled this stack of books out and it was right there. Amazing. So who knows what we're gonna find going through all of this stuff. Probably some good stuff and hopefully a lot of junk that I can liquidate too. So just going through a box of Daredevil comics, and I think I found some pretty good ones. Daredevil Special number 3, 109, 110, 121, 144, 151, 154. And look at this, I got 2 copies of 160. So 2 copies of Daredevil 160. And it kind of skips a lot of the Frank Miller run, but then I got 185, 189, and 190. And then there's, I'm sure there's some minor keys in here too, but those are the ones I kind of just picked out looking through initially. But, you know, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Also came across a ASM 276. Meanwhile, this is the stuff I'm trying to get rid of. A lot of it is, you know, main focus is this 90s image. There's just so much of it. Stacks of the same books. And then also this new universe stuff. Those are the kind of books I'm just trying to get rid of. So I'm finding a good amount of, you know, expected keys kind of in the runs in these. But what's also good is sort of just what's in between. So I got this Jungle Comics number 1. This is a Dave Stevens cover. Key Collector said they can go for up to $100. And then there's Kingdom Come too, a full series. So just a lot of good stuff in here, but you know, again, it's mixed in with some average or not so great stuff too. So when you're going through the dollar bins and whatnot, stay on the lookout for Coyote. It sounds like just a weird Copper Age Marvel Epic series, but there's 2 keys that you should be on the lookout for. Number 11, this is the first work by Todd McFarlane on a comic. And number 13, which is his first Marvel Comics cover. So again, if you're looking through some Copper Age books, dollar bin type stuff, stay on the lookout for Coyote number 11 and number 13. One thing that makes this easier is when I bought lots that just have a million of the same book, and if it's a worthless book too. This makes it a lot easier to do this. So, let's load up the van again. As you can see, I'm starting to make some progress. I can walk a bit into the storage unit, but as you can see, I got rows and rows of boxes to go through still. So, still got a lot more comics to look through. The next, I think this is probably going to take me 2 or 3 weeks to go through all this. What's also good about getting collections with multiple issues is that you get packs of keys like this. So what is it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of All-Star Superman number 1. Not too bad. And look at this, a ton of copies of Man of Steel number 1. Some of the other issues too, but we got a bunch of number 1, including the variant cover, which I believe is the first variant cover ever. I believe that is the first variant cover ever in comic books. Besides, you know, if you count Whitman's, I guess. Just digging through this box, there's a lot of 90s stuff, but there's a Captain Marvel number 5 from the 60s and 3 copies of Marvel Comics Presents number 1. All right, so when I talk about getting a lot of copies of an issue, this is what I'm talking about. So this entire box is just 2 issues of Daredevil, 187, and back here, oh, that's still 187. Eventually, 186. So, yep, Daredevil, 186 and 187. I have 100 copies of each, I guess, roughly. Crazy. So I'm currently working on my 10th box, and as you can see, I'm keeping way more than I'm selling, which is probably not a good thing, but I'm still finding good stuff. For example, I just found a pack of Web of Spider-Man 118, and this is about a $50 book in near mint condition. There's like 6 copies there, 7 copies, something like that. So yeah, I'm still finding stuff. It's just like a real process to like go through every single thing, you know, and there's a lot of stuff I don't know the value of, so I need to kind of look it up. So it's very, very arduous, time-intensive process, and you know that's why these keys are in here, right? Because that's not a key, because you know, it takes time to look through stuff. So if you're a shop and you just have a ton of back issues of stuff and you just wanting to clear out space, you don't have time to, you know, diligently look through everything, and you miss stuff like this. So just going through some more boxes now, and it's really a nice warm spring evening out. It was 80 degrees today. But in this box, looks like what I got here. Invincible 37, Invincible 37. It's funny too, because you can see the original price tag's $3. So 3 copies, 4 copies, Invincible 38, 1 copy, 2 copies, Invincible 39, 1 copy, and then I think that's it right here for the Invincibles. But again, these are from shops. This is why it pays to buy overstock from comic book shops, because they just don't really go through this stuff, and this is definitely worth more than the price tags now. All right, guys, so just going through this box of modern stuff, and you know, modern stuff can be rough. I got some Invincible and some Walking Dead out of here. Just still going through. I got some Thor, got some X-Men, X-Force, and then, you know, Fables, Flashpoint. Oh, look, Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales. Just sitting here, a box of other stuff. Isn't that amazing? Another thing I have to be careful of here is looking at the price stickers and just kind of judging them, because like $1, $1.25, that probably goes for a little bit more. And look at this, $1.50 on Doomsday's first cameo. It's a lower grade book, but it still should go for over 10 bucks. So just loaded up my van again, and now I'm almost at the end of my storage unit. Just have maybe a couple more trips, and then the storage unit will be pretty much emptied out. So I had some other junk I got here. And yeah, I can, I guess, figure out how much of this I'm keeping. And you know, honestly, the more empty this storage unit gets, the more inclined I feel just to bulk sell, you know, most of what I have, just to get out of it. But I'm not making good progress towards that end right now. So here's where I stand currently. This is what I've gone through and what I've tentatively decided to keep. And over here is what I have put aside to get rid of. So that's 18.5 boxes. So definitely not as good progress as I should be making. And probably I'm gonna need to go through a bunch of this again at some point when I'm done. Hey guys, check out this copy of Spider-Man 56 I got. Isn't this awesome? Think I should keep this one? I don't think I've ever seen a comic this completely crumpled up before. This is, I don't know. Maybe I should send this one to CGC. What do you think? It's, yeah. That's something. Another book to stay on the lookout for when you're looking through modern comics is Bad Planet #6. Obviously it's a cool cover, but it's actually Dave Stevens' final cover before he passed away in 2008. So if you do get a bunch of modern indie books, just stay on the lookout for this one. It can fetch you 50 or 100 or even more depending on the condition. I don't know why, but I keep coming across so many copies of this issue. It just seems like every collection I bought, they did not take out the first appearance of Bishop for some reason, and just accumulating stacks of this book. So here's another rare book I came across, Wolverine 102.5. This book by itself is extremely rare, and this copy was actually signed by Boris Vallejo, and comes with this certificate of authenticity. Again, just sitting in one of these boxes, this thing is worth hundreds of dollars, if not close to $1,000. So just another really great find in here. So going through some old Daredevils here, got 2 copies of 106 and 4 copies of 169, which is the second appearance of Elektra, and then 2 copies of this one here, the Punisher. Yeah, it's amazing what these shops will sell in bulk. I'm pretty sure these all came from a shop. You know, they just were sitting in storage forever. Again, just more of this Frank Miller, and then 4 Frank Miller. Just, again, kind of amazing. Okay, besides some non-comic junk, I have now emptied out my storage unit. So the real question is, am I putting stuff back in here, and how much? Okay, folks, here's the situation. So after going through everything one time, I've come up with 22, almost 23 boxes of stuff to bulk sale. Over here is 240 boxes that I have not made the commitment to bulk sell yet. I've looked through everything, and you know, over there is really like the pure junk that I've decided to get rid of, like the absolute garbage books. But over here, this is stuff that, you know, I thought might have some value. So what I need to do is, as I'm bringing everything back to my storage unit, look through everything again and really make some deep cuts and get more than 22 boxes to get rid of. So just finishing up going through another box here, a bunch of more modern DC and Marvel. Nothing too special. Oh wait, Detective 880. So going through another box here, it's mostly X-Men related books. And then look, Young Avengers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the full run of Young Avengers. All right, so after going through everything, I've come up with 41 boxes to sell there. So I'm gonna have to let all of this go. This is about 100 boxes left here, and gonna have to just kind of pick through them today and see see what's worth keeping, and anything that's not a key, basically, I'm just gonna have to let go. This is why I get mad when I see comic shops charging, you know, 20 bucks for books like this, The Death of Superman. Look at this, big stack of them here. Got newsstand, got second print, a bunch of fourth print. Like, comic shops across the country that have been around since the 90s have boxes of these in storage somewhere. It's not a $20 book. So I stayed up pretty much the whole night rushing to finish this, and I'm basically just throwing boxes in now with hardly looking. But I'm glad I looked here, because just found some old Iron Man comics here. Pretty cool, huh? Got some old ones. Oh, hey, look. There's number 55, the first appearance of Thanos. Crazy. So the guys just loaded up the truck, emptied out my garage, and believe it or not, I got up to 142 boxes, which I'm pretty proud of, because this morning I was at about 70. So, you know, there goes a bunch of comics of mine. I'm gonna miss them, honestly. There were some in there that I didn't have a chance to really go through as much. I did look through each box at least once, but I missed out on stuff. But I kept a bunch of stuff. I tried to pull things that were decent. I'm sure I missed some stuff. I kept a bunch of Batman, but I let full runs of stuff go. But that's kind of the nature of the beast, I guess, is that you kind of let some stuff go sometimes. So that's what I did, and it was really exhausting. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack, honestly, staying up all night doing this. But I'm kind of glad I found that the Ironman 55. That kind of makes the day pretty nice after that. So yeah, I'm gonna take a nap now. So after all is said and done, this is what my storage unit looks like now. A lot less packed, that's for sure. I can move around a little bit in it. And this is about 161 boxes that I got left in here. But I do have probably about another 70, maybe, long boxes in my basement. A ton of short boxes too. But this is definitely the least amount of comics that I've owned in probably about 5 years. But in any case, I still have a good amount. Still have inventory I can rely on. And as of Memorial Day 2025, the Hoard lives on.